Roger's in Barmouth. Roger, what would you like to say, my friend?
You're preaching to one of the converted now. I voted to come out. I believed all the stuff they were telling us, and by God, they didn't half spin it a bit. Now, I believe that what you say is more to the truth. And another saying, all the lunatics aren't still in the lunatic asylum with the sound of it.
What changed for you? What made your pendulum swing or your needle nudge?
Well, Boris, he's the biggest one. I mean, if anybody believes a word that man says, he can't even remember what he said last week, to be honest. He just keeps contradicting himself.
I'm grateful to people using me as a sort of whipping post for their own repentance. But when he said these words, Roger, this is when you should have given your head a wobble. He said, "We will have our cake and eat it."
Yeah, he did. Actually, and the 300-odd million...
Well, that needed a little bit more analysis to poo-poo, but that phrase, he took a proverb that has been in existence, presumably for centuries, precisely because it describes the impossible. You cannot have your cake and eat it. This man stood up in public and told you that you could, and you didn't see through him then.
No, I didn't. I still kept believing the stuff that they're coming out with, we're going to be better off, and all this lot. And now the people have listened more to politics the last couple of years.
Yes, for all the wrong reasons.
It's really brought it home. It's been, all right, it's brought back the Civil War a bit, you know, you're on one side or the other.
We should all be on the same side, which would be the side that's best for Britain and everybody.
I mean, a lot of you meet friends now, and then the thing that comes out is, don't get talking Brexit.
Yes.
That's the attitude, because everybody ends up shouting at each other with different attitudes. But
yes, but that way madness lies, because if we don't talk about the stuff, I mean, we're teetering upon the precipice of a period of unprecedented difficulty, okay? And not to talk about it seems to me to be remiss, although it's a tricky one. There are certainly people I don't talk about it to anymore.
Yeah, but Boris, getting back to Boris, most people cannot believe that man has got to go and talk to some of the most diplomatic people there is, and he's just going to bumble his way through it. I mean, they must think, God in heaven, what have they sent us here?
Yesterday we had a German and an Italian call. The German used the phrase, it was Ulf, and he said, Britain, with regards to Brexit and Boris Johnson, your country has become like a TV show that's gone on for one series too long. That really stuck with me on the way home.
He should have stuck to the panel game when he was on it, Have I Got News for You? That was about his limit on
that. A lot of people claim that's where it all started. Because it was so rare to see a politician in that context.
It's gone past the joke now. He could end up ruling the country, you know, and that's no joke. People laugh about it. Well,
no, I'm laughing at your sort of the fluency of your delivery, Roger, that's all, and also the slight incredulity in your voice as well. And you know that I'm allowed to be amused by it, because I've been banging my head against this particular brick wall for about 10 years, and finally, in your case, the cracks have started appearing. What though... In order to tempt other people to the realisations that you've enjoyed, what do you think helps? Because he's there, he's standing up, he is naked, and yet there is still, whatever percentage of the crowd it is, insisting if he's not wearing beautiful robes now, then all we have to do is believe a bit more and have some energy, and the beautiful robes will miraculously appear by October the 31st.
Well, I can't believe that all these Conservative people are going to vote, are that gullible to vote for him, and all the MPs. I mean... They must be in the same boat.
But they have more reason, and I suppose the members do as well, this fear of Corbyn and the question of who can beat him. I personally think they're massively overestimating Johnson's electoral magic. He wouldn't win in London now, but that's what they're banking on. He's got that thing, he's got that magic, which is why all of these chips, all of these little erosions of his credibility and his alleged charisma could prove so significant. They have for you.
He's never... he's like most MPs. He never answers a question with an answer. He's always bumbling on about what he'd done in London. Never, I made a mistake with that bridge and buying 2 £10 million water cannons. Just put your hand up and say it was a mistake. Most people say, oh, well, then get on with it. You did make a mistake. But he just tries to
That is the age of, that's the spirit of the age, isn't it? Is that there's somehow a shame in admitting that you've been wrong, or shame in making an apology, whereas I've always taken it as a sign of character, but it is...
Yeah, you make a mistake in life,
you own it.
Admit it.
You own it. You own it. You acknowledge it. It's why I make no bones about the fact I voted for him in 2008, because I don't really get to call you a buffoon for falling for it. I
call myself an idiot for falling for it, to be honest. Oh, I am. I think most people did. When every night he got off that big red bus, telling everybody how great we're going to be.
Yeah.
He hasn't said, to be honest, what's going to happen on November the 1st.
No.
What the hell's going to happen then on November the 1st? Everything could go up 10% because we've got to do another trade deal.
Well, I suppose what he said is that the governor of the Bank of England doesn't really understand the economic impact that he's discussing, but Boris Johnson does.
Yeah, well, we all know that. Boris knows everything and don't know nothing, to be honest. That's what it boils down to.
I have enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, and you, James.
Welcome
Keep
aboard.
up the good work,
Welcome
matey.
aboard, Roger. Better late than never.
Yucky da.
It's 11:58. You're listening to a very good-tempered James O'Brien.